They just kicked our ass every which way, from start to finish. They kicked our ass. They ran their stuff. They executed. They screened. They passed. They scored. They big dogs were big today, and we didn't have a good game. So it's just obviously it's just one game, but it should be a wake-up call for us and helping us realize that we got to be better. They do a decent job defensively. I mean, they're bigger and they switch a lot. So they have a lot of same sizes, so we can't really, get a disadvantage because Joel's in a drop and they switch everything else. So it's a little different, obviously, but we're good enough to beat that team. We're good enough to beat anybody in the East. But we got to put our priorities together, and we got to go back to the drawing board, and we got to work a little harder. We got to scrap a little harder. It's tough when you don't make shots, but you got to scrap a little harder. You got to keep going, and everybody's got to execute their role and embrace what their role is. That's what it's all about. I just need to get back being more aggressive. I think my body's used to it, if that makes any sense. I haven't been really aggressive. So once I get used to it and get back in the flow, I just got to keep playing hard, keep being aggressive, and eventually it'll come back. I'm not really worried about it. But at the end of the day, I just got to be myself and do what I've been doing that got me to this level. Like, there's nothing passive about me. So I got to be more aggressive, and everything else will take care of itself. Simple as that. Like, I cannot be aggressive the last 5 or 6 games and then expect everything to be fine when I be aggressive today. That's not how it works. That's not how flow works. So I just got to be myself, and I promise you I will be.
Our defense was trash. We didn't do very well at all on the defensive end. We didn't get any stops when we needed to get stops. Offense went stagnant. We had some possessions where we wasn't making shots, and we had some possessions where we was getting ourselves against the shot clock and either throwing a turnover or not getting a good, decent look. And they were able to, get past guys and get into the lane, and they were just walking in for layups. And that's not how we play. That's not how we usually let games go down. And they play better than we did tonight. We might have let our offense dictate how we play defense a little bit, but us as a team, one thing I can say for sure is we continue to stay together, we continue to stick together, and we continue to fight. But we just got to make sure that when teams come in, we can't just let them waltz into the paint and be able to do whatever they want to. We have to make shots. I mean, all of us need to start. That's one thing about this team. I think one of the biggest things last year. We always had somebody to step up and guys to step up and be able to push us over the hump. This year, we're trying to have that, but we just don't have that same mentality that we had last year, and we have to get that back. In certain games, when we're down 15, we all have to continue to believe that we can get ourselves back into the game. Nobody needs to hang their head down or anything like that. But like I said, we all have to figure out how we come together in these big games. And when I say big games, the games where it's the Bostons, Toronto, Milwaukee, the Sixers, those type of teams. When we're playing them, we got to figure out how to get ourselves over the hump.